Hi, this is Angela Gower-Johnson from ultimatedreamproject.com. So this is step 5. Know the difference between distraction, what is distraction, and what is taking you into alignment. So this one is amazing. So what is distraction and what is taking you into alignment? So my question to you is, how do you know when you are functioning from shoulds and when you are following guidance? And how do you know if something is going to take you into what Abraham Hicks calls your vortex, or something's going to take you through, a diversion that is not the direct route and might take you down some rabbit holes or something that you don't really need to go down? So the first thing is knowing the difference between what is, your logical mind and what is your awareness, what's your intuition. So your logical mind is going to function more from shoulds, and that's going to feel heavy, and your inner wisdom, that awareness, is going to be more of a pull. Another way that you can do this is to simply tap into the energy of possibility or opportunity. So I love the idea of possibility being about expansion, about being about more, about taking you into your vortex, into taking you into what you've been manifesting and what you are creating. And opportunity is something that I look at as a distraction. An opportunity is something that you're kind of weighing, and it's like, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't work. But the energy is way more limiting. It's more of a distraction. So the question that I use and I teach my clients is this a possibility, or is this an opportunity? But there's more of an energy behind it. So with possibility, what if possibility is something that allows you to expand, that makes you bigger, that makes you bigger and lighter? And when I say bigger, I mean bigger as in your greatness, allows you to be more of you, allows you to be more of the gift and magic that you are. And opportunity is something that makes you a little bit more limited, a little bit more finite, a little bit more confined and constricted. So when you are creating things, you're creating something, there will be signs that that thing is showing up for you. So for example, I used to do relationship attraction coaching. One of the things that I trained with the Native Americans was relationships, and I really like the energy of relationships almost as much as I love the energy of business, but not quite. So what I would find time and time again when I was working with a client is we'd be manifesting the relationship of their dreams, and what would happen would be what I call a sign of land, an opportunity. And because they were so keen on experiencing that relationship, they would kind of make that person their possibility, when actually it was the universe sort of showing them things are moving, things are happening. Here's someone that kind of fits what you're asking for, but not quite. And it's just to let you know that we're working on it, you're working on it. There's just a little bit more tweaking and alignment that needs to happen. So in a scenario like that, in a case, so I'm thinking about one person in particular, she ended up spending 3 to 4 years with this opportunity that showed up, and it was a distraction because he wasn't a right match, but because, you know, she got so excited that she was creating and manifesting and that something had shown up, she just assumed that that was the universe saying, you know, here's your cake, eat it. And it was the universe saying, here's your cake, eat it. But it wasn't the cake. It wasn't the wedding cake that she wanted. The relationship never got to that stage because he wasn't even into marriage. And that was one of her deal breakers, was she wanted to get married. So something that would have really supported her was for her to stop and question, is this an opportunity or is this a possibility? Is this a distraction or is this a pull? Is this an alignment? Is this taking me into my vortex? Is this taking me into everything that I've been creating? So a personal business story, confidence story that I have with this is, I was pulled one day many, many years ago to look in the newspaper at the want ads. And at the time I was doing quite well with coaching. I know that specifically at that time I had a client that was paying me $3,000 a month. So it wasn't, and I had other clients, so it wasn't like I needed the money, but I was pulled to look at this part-time job working for this Italian designer company. And I really questioned that. I was like, okay, so is this a possibility or is this an opportunity? You know, is this a distraction or is this going to take me more into alignment? Is this going to take me more into what's in my vortex? And what I found was that the energy was all about alignment. It was all about possibility. It was all about expansion for me. So I followed that, even though it made absolutely no sense. So I also want to explain to you that there will be times on this journey that you will be guided to do something that makes no logical sense. And what I ask is that you take that pull and run with it anyway, as long as you know the difference between a distraction and alignment. You're going to be absolutely safe and the rewards are going to be phenomenal. So here I was with my $3,000 a month client, and I had other clients, and I was applying for this sort of entry-level position, part-time position in this company. And what I learned from that is that I had confidence within my business self, and I had kind of segregated who I was. So on a business level, I was totally confident. I mean, I had every reason to be because I was doing well. But in my private life, like personally, I had issues. I felt uncomfortable with my superiors in that business, the people that I had to respond to, and I hadn't cleared the energy from past job experiences. And not that that really mattered, but what mattered was I realized that outside of the work that I did, I really didn't have confidence within myself. I didn't have personal confidence, and I was hiding behind my work identity. So I'm not sure if that makes sense to you or not, but I wasn't embracing all of me, and I wasn't feeling great about all of me, even though I was having a level of success that, you know, some people would love to have, and some people have already way surpassed that. But it was, you know, a good level of success, yet personally, I was lacking confidence. So I was pulled to take this job on, and it made no logical sense whatsoever, but it was definitely a possibility instead of an opportunity. What it did was it led me into more confidence. It led me to work on the issues that were holding me back, and, you know, to some extent must have been affecting the results that I was capable of in business. So just know that you can get into the energy of what is a pull, what is in alignment with your inner wisdom, what is in alignment with what you're creating. And then you've got the opportunities. And whenever you're manifesting, whenever you're creating, the universe is going to give you signs that that thing is coming. So whether it's you are creating, you know, 30 of the most ideal clients or customers, or you are creating the best JV relationship of your dreams, possibly the first couple of things that show up are going to be opportunities, and you really, really want to look into the energy of them and question it and dive in to see, is this an opportunity or is this a possibility? So if I could wave a magic wand and gift you the ability to know what the difference is between a possibility and an opportunity, then that is my gift to you. So what we're going to do is a little bit of energy work. I'm going to take you through the shamanic breathing, and then I'd like you to get really relaxed and remember a time when there was an opportunity. So an opportunity is something that eventually will lead you to where you're going. But first, it takes you through a roundabout way. And it might not even work out with that person or scenario, and maybe it does, and it'll lead to something else, but it's not the quickest route. There have been other times in your life where there have been possibilities. Possibilities have, for me, a lightness to them. There's a pull with it. Everything is smooth and easier, less choppy. So with an opportunity, things can be choppy. It can have an edge to it. There's not a pristineness about it. There's not the same ease to it as a possibility. So your unconscious mind knows what have been possibilities and what have been opportunities. Right, so I am going to take you through an energy process, and my gift to you is for you to be able to receive the knowing of the difference between what is a possibility and what is an opportunity. So we're going to start with the shamanic breathing, and then I'm going to take you to a beach, and then I'm going to have you get more aware and in tune with what is a possibility and what is an opportunity. So breathing in through your mouth and holding it, and exhaling through your nose. Breathing in through your mouth and holding it. And exhaling through your nose. Breathing in through your mouth. Holding it and exhaling through your nose. So if you haven't already done so, if you can close your eyes, lying down or sitting down, feeling your body being supported, listening to the sound of my voice, allowing my voice to go with you, and at the same time being a source of safety, comfort, and security. And at any time you need to come out, you can do so quickly, easily, being refreshed, wide awake, better than you were before, and completely able to deal with whatever requires your attention. But for now, I'd like you to just dive deeper, taking me with you. Allow yourself to be on a beach, a secluded beach. In the daylight, sunny, warm. The sea is so gentle, so calm. Maybe it's a sandy beach. And maybe the sand is a pretty white. And as you listen to the sound of my voice, I'd like you to become more aware and present with the beach. The more aware and present you become, the deeper you can go. Remembering what it was like when you put your logical mind in the back seat. Remembering what it was like to just drive, having your inner wisdom, your higher self being the driver. And remembering what it was like to go down those stairs of illumination. And how far down did you go? Down those steps, down those stairs. How illuminated did you get? Being aware of the beach, the sand beneath your feet, the gentle lapping of the waves, the sun on your skin. Maybe there's a cool breeze. What can you hear? What can you smell? What can you see? What can you feel? What can you taste? Focusing on your breathing, just relaxing. Maybe you sit down at the water's edge. You look out. Maybe in your chest there's a little feeling that's growing. Maybe it feels like possibility. Do you remember what possibility feels like? your unconscious mind remembers all of your journeys that you've taken in this lifetime. You've had journeys that have been so simple, so peaceful, so in alignment. They were just easy, effortless journeys. And there's been other journeys that have taken you to where you wanted to go. Yet they were a little more work, a little bit harder, a little bit more difficult, a little bit more challenging. As you look out to sea, I'd like you to see two items coming to the shore, coming towards you. One of them represents those difficult journeys. It contains the energy of what is a distraction to you, what is an opportunity, what is the difficult journey, what is a difficult way of getting to where you're wanting to go. And the other is the possibility. So you have two items coming to you. And once they get to you, you can pick each one of them up and you will know so clearly which one is which. One might be lighter. Possibilities are usually lighter, easier, free of effort. The other is heavier, allowing them to come to you now. Being ever so clear as to what is the distraction, what item represents opportunity. And I'd like you to pick that up. Wow. Maybe in the picking it up, you can see some of those opportunity journeys from your past. There are little images or movies that play. There's a feeling in your body or just right outside of your body that lets you know what an opportunity is. It's being very aware of that energy, of how it's showing up. There might be inner dialogue, or an image or images or little movies. Here you go. Maybe there's a heaviness to it. I'd just like you to really feel into it. Really get to know what is a distraction, what is an opportunity. There you go, that's right. Now just put it down. Put it to the side. And pick up the possibility. Yeah, that's different. It's totally different. Feel how different that is. Know how different that is. Is there inner dialogue that comes from holding it? There are images or little movies that start to play that let you know what was possibility, what was alignment for you, what was magic. How does it feel? Where is the feeling of possibility in your body or just outside your body? Is there a color associated with possibility? Is there a sound? A feel? possibility, really knowing what possibility is, and enjoying the feel or look or sound of possibility. Putting that to the other side, because I just want you to pick up the opportunity again. See if that has a sound or a color or an image or a sticker you can give to it. A label so that you know what is a distraction, you know what is an opportunity. How does opportunity feel to you when you hear it or feel it or see it? Mark it so that you know. Give it a label. There you go. Now put it down. Put it down to the side. And pick up the possibility. Maybe you can acknowledge how much easier it is to pick up possibility. And as you look out to sea, you can see even more possibilities coming towards you. And maybe that sensation, if it wasn't there before, is there stronger now in your chest. That energy of possibility, excitement, a little feeling of magic that comes with it. There you go. Seeing all of that possibility coming towards you. I'm just going to give you a moment of silence before I count you back. And I'd like you to see and create even more possibility. As it comes towards you, I'd like you to collect it and embrace it. Really knowing what is possibility now. Even more possibility coming towards you. Maybe there's a tingling of magic, excitement, bliss and alignment as you see and feel more and more of it. Knowing that when you choose possibility, even more possibility comes your way. And knowing that that is true for opportunity. The more you choose opportunity, the more opportunity comes your way. Finding it so much easier to pick up and choose possibility. counting you back. 5. Tonight as you sleep and dream, doing this 3 times and 3 times more so that when you wake up fully and being able to choose possibility over opportunity time and time again. 4. The more you do this, getting so much more from it and finding it so much easier to choose possibility and loving how that just brings even more and more possibility. 3. Each and every time you do this, getting more and more from it so that you master knowing the difference between possibility and opportunity right now. 2. Being way more clear as to what is a possibility and what is an opportunity. Being able to weigh the 2 things, like the 2 items from the beach. 1, opening your eyes wide awake, refreshed. Wow, way better than you were before. Embracing possibilities. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Yay. Woohoo. All right, so just being really aware of your body, maybe wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, getting really present and awake and here, but holding on to that energy of possibility, embracing possibilities. Thank you so much for you. I'm so looking forward to connecting with you on Facebook and answering your questions on our Q&A call. I hope you're having as much fun as I am and that you're really experiencing the changes and shifts. Have an awesome day. I adore you. Bye.